What is up, guys? Back by popular demand. We took a little break. Was it intended? I don't
Just
know.
being lazy.
Yeah,
Bad scheduling.
we're busy people nowadays. For someone who has no work and no girlfriend, and I'm very busy playing Rocket League with Adam. Um, but yeah, so we're back. Our last one I think was Kokomo, week 2. Um,
Possibly.
so what we had? We had Bristol, Eldora. We haven't had Bristol. Jew won. Timothy Smith was good. Ran out of gas late. Hagen killed Sherman in the heat race. um, Alex rang over Evan and Blake. It's only talking points I remember from there. Adam probably ran about 15th. I don't know.
Wow. I think I ran top 8 maybe?
Really? I could pull it up.
At Knoxville?
I said at Bristol.
Bristol. Bristol, yeah, I got wrecked a couple times.
You were
Maybe
You were
Bristol.
19th. You beat Ernie Williams Jr.
I was running like 8th or something, and then I got hit and or net coded. I got net coded, and then I
Figures.
lost 10 miles an hour and 4 cars went by.
Okay, so then we had Eldora. Jew won. First last lap pass in Pro Series. Beat Hagen. Her first photo finish. Race was decent. I mean, there was one layer on the top, but like the racing, there was actually a lot of really good racing in it.
In the back, it wasn't one lane around the top. I think I started pretty far back. And
Well, I think everyone was just slagging each other, so everyone was.
I remember rolling the bottom and the middle behind JD there, and then ended up working pretty well.
Okay. Grove. Probably worst race of the season. First lap crash. Everybody had damage. And yeah, everyone like outside the top 8 or something had damage, and there was a good race between Cam and Bragan for the lead, and that was about it. Alex dropped connection at not Bristol.
No,
At Eldora. Yeah, I was going to say that. Somebody decided to DDoS him on week.
It's weird how it only happens to him.
Yeah, randomly on week 4. And then Jew took the points lead, and so did Cam was second. I think Blake was third, and then Alex pretty much had it back after Grove, or Cam did, and then Knoxville. Maybe that was the worst race of the fucking series. They reset the racetrack because.
Oh, Knoxville, yeah.
Don't know. Yeah.
What
What was this? This was the one. This was the one 2 days after Christmas. Tyler Hudson wasn't there. Whoever the fucking clown is they put in charge reset the track. Every single driver proceeded to say, "Hey, why are we doing this?" So Alex had pole, proceeded to go 20 wing. Anyone with 20 wing was fast at the start, and then reeled in, and then there was some drama. Hagen is catching him. He's faster. Alex throws a slider. Hagen tries to drive around it. Got himself wrecked. I wish I had the replay up. We could have talked about that a little more, but a lot of people were upset about that and stuff. And then and we got Cedar Lake now. So, woo! So, Alex is back on points by 8. Jew fell out of it. 30 back. Adam, you're in 9th. I should share my screen with you so you see what's happening.
Probably. And then I'll stop riding this bike.
We forgot how to do this. Yeah. We also got Chili Bowl on in the background. I'm not allowed to show
playing
it.
bikes and watching Chili Bowl while doing this.
Yeah, shows how much we care. We're busy people. It shows how much anybody really cares about this series, because I think, and I used to hate this when people talked about. I hated when people talked bad about the Pro Series.
Yeah, because you used to be in it.
Well,
You probably still feel that way if you were in it. It's a good series.
Yeah, I would defend it all the time. I would say it's not like there's any league on iRacing doing anything better either. And people can argue about the incident point system and admin and stuff, and we'll do that probably tonight too. Um, but I mean, after that shit at Knoxville, I mean, it's just like what more, you know? And that's always been my biggest gripe is the racetrack. I can even fucking race the thing, but it's just like everybody knows that Knoxville races best once it's pretty black top to bottom, and then you just have this random Yahoo do it, and you have every driver say no, 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 we don't want this. This is not going to be good. And then everybody voices their displeasure in Discord afterwards. And then they say, well, it was a good race. First, what would be a bad race for them? I don't know. Maybe the first week at Volusia because they fucking had yellows turned on. But, like...
So, in their defense, just like real racing,
Nope.
not every
Fuck 'em.
racetrack has optimal, the best racetrack. So, I understand that sometimes we could have a good racetrack, but we're going to get a bad one. And it is what it is. You know, it can't always be to the appeal of the drivers, you know? And I think that's just some sort of weird, not weird, but power control thing that they have, that they want to be able to control it and change it up.
What
And,
did that
I
guy
don't
just
mind.
do off pole? Jesus. My only
Spoil it.
my only argument it would be that well in real life you have time constraints and you gotta do tilt the track and blah blah blah. You can't have a perfect racetrack all night for everybody. Obviously you're gonna have either heat races would be bad or B main be bad depending when you reset or don't reset it. Go on though. All right, so anywho, what were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Okay. Um.
I'll go live with Chili Bowl somewhere on the same time.
I'm not gonna watch your stream.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go on yours, huh?
No, Discord won't. I got you on our screen. That's fine. You could do that.
It's that way, you know, because you almost spoiled the start.
Yeah. All right, we're good. I don't know. I feel like the series has taken a step down. I feel like the series has taken a step down this year, you know? And I thought, they were doing some of the right things at the start, but maybe that's just me now.
Like what?
I mean, obviously they helped with qualifying, like I said, was a positive thing. Because I even think the way they changed the incident points were positive things. But this week, look at some of the incidents. It's like it turned into VLR. It turned into being an admin like VLR. Something happened, so you got to punish someone. Like racing
Right.
incidents don't exist.
That's how it's always been.
No, I mean, there's times they let things go, but it's just, I don't know. I think,
Well, I mean, look at Alex and Hayden's deal. They let that go, so they still are, but the calls they are making, I believe,
who were they
the
supposed?
right ones.
Well, I mean,
I'm
Hagen
just
wrecked
saying,
himself.
you're
Yeah.
yeah, and you're trying to say that they are not letting people race, and that's what they let that decision decide.
Well, they let Alex get away with anything.
Oh, that's what this is about.
Wah!
The Alex Bergeron show.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't feel that way? I don't know.
Which way exactly?
I don't know. Maybe at the series, maybe it's just everyone's caring about it less out of all of us too more. I feel like.
Yeah, I do think interest has gone down. It feels more of a
You know,
obligation 'cause you're already in it.
which interest has always been quite low between everyone. But there's just so much show up and race. Some guys show up and race for Thursdays and then Mondays. Some
It
guys
doesn't
show
feel
up for
like a pro
Mondays.
series. Let's just say that. It doesn't feel like a big deal, you know?
As compared to what it did a couple of years ago, or just at all
probably
anymore.
like the first and second year, I would say.
Everybody's
I guess it
definitely
just
over
doesn't-
it
doesn't
on
have the
week
hype
7
behind
now.
It doesn't have the pro series hype behind it.
What would it take to get more hype besides money? We'll say better, more.
Well, so there's usually good hype at the beginning of the season, but then throughout the season, it's just I mean, I guess you can say certain calls, whether it's the incidents and racing deals or track calls, and stuff like that. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just
drivers get over it. I'm trying to think from like a fan perspective too. Even drivers that haven't
I
made the
think
series that still want to watch it.
with with a 10 race series too. I mean, your series could pretty much be over within 3 or 4 races. I think
Oh,
it's
for sure. I mean, Hagen's was pretty much done when he didn't make the first week evolution.
right. So that's another thing too is that you're just showing up to show up at some point, not because you can rally back and get some points and close
You
the
know
gap.
why the series lost interest? Because the NoCap podcast wasn't doing a weekly show.
True.
That's exactly what it was.
Maybe it's just our interest.
Don't worry, Adam. You wait till you're not running next year or in 2 years, and then we'll be able to go full time.
I'm transferring this year again. I'm still top 15.
Um,
I
but
didn't care about it before it even
I
started.
feel like we definitely I feel like after the Knoxville deal, after the Eldora deal with Alex dropping, um, I feel like there's hype the next day, and that's when something needs to be said about it. But we never do this until Fridays or Saturdays. Then it's like, who cares at that point? It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
But okay, well, let's just get into the racing so we can go over with it. Points. I honestly, I think the championship's gonna come down to
Real quick. You know where the interest has gone?
Formula One cars. Oh,
Rocket League.
true. Hey,
That's what me and David have been doing.
the most balanced, fun game there is. I've said it for over years now. Amen.
No, Scrab is the meta. Okay. Scarab, whatever it's called, I don't even know. Alright. Racing points.
I was gonna say Fairbury or Weed Sport is the only place something's gonna happen in the championship. Nothing ever happens in Charlotte. It never comes down to Charlotte. It's a 2-track. Something might happen. I don't think Cam has an advantage over Alex at either of them, even though he won the one. Maybe Weed Sport,
I don't know.
but
I feel like he could be better than Alex at Fairbury. That's a pound the top track. I mean,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
see
but
really
is he gonna be 8 points better than him?
could be. Alex is gonna have to qualify. It's gonna that's another thing I think that kind of drags down this series. It's all about qualifying. Let's do some inverts and passing points in these formats. That'd make it fun and exciting. It's just so cut and dry. Just
No, it
you
would, but then
qualify.
you have drivers with vaginas that would try to game the system,
Well, you have to balance it so that you get enough qualifying
Well, yeah.
points to where you want to be able to get more passing points. I mean,
Yeah, but then as soon as one fast guy drives over their head and gets into an incident with a slow guy, they're gonna be
there are
like,
pro drivers on track.
that's what I would argue. I'd say too fucking
That's why-
bad. I'd say too fucking
Yeah.
bad. If you're back there racing with Landon Cardosa or because of an injury, no offense to Landon, but
That would make it to where it's the best actual driver on track starting up at the front of the features, not whoever could just rip off a good
it wouldn't be
qualifying
the
lap
same
and then
5 guys
hold.
starting top 5 type
Yeah,
thing either.
exactly.
Nah, it's not even that now.
You'd have
But
it wouldn't just take speed, it would take speed and racing skill because you'd have to work your way through a heat race and not just, oh, I could run really good lap times by
Exactly.
myself and qualify up front, run up front in a heat race, and then
I would love that. Yeah, if you're starting on the front row of a heat race, you're just like, night's made. All right, I'm starting top 6 or 8, whatever it is, in the feature, and we got a chance. But
yeah.
to be able to just go out there and qualify and maybe get some points, and then even though I was a big proponent of getting rid of qualifying points, but that's also because they didn't pay anything. I'm kind of fine with the point system now. I mean, they have heat points, but it's like
Yeah, I'm better. I
It's
like
a-
that more than having qualifying.
um,
Oh, and some new track announcements coming out, so
oh yeah, oh,
Maybe that-
like they're gonna
maybe
be
that.
worth a fuck.
And you know what else? Okay, they took out some of the best tracks on dirt. because they're not Woo affiliated. Like we didn't get to go to Lima Land, didn't get to go to Lernerville. Like, but we're gonna run
Is Lima
Turismo.
Land really one of the best tracks?
I love Lima Land. Okay,
Okay. Um,
especially with how the smaller tracks race now, it probably races really good.
Dude, I just thought of something. I was like, maybe that's when this game died for me. Is when Cedar Lake came out and it was a piece of shit.
Why are you on me already? Can
I
we
was
not watch my qualifying lap?
I was watching your qualifying.
not?
We won't. So no, I'll say this about Cedar. So I'm from Wisconsin, so it was my home state. For when they came out with that poll 3-4 years ago, whatever it was, like, hey, what tracks do you want? And it was Fowls, it was all these tracks beat out Cedar Lake, but I was sitting there stroking my cock because I was like, we're getting Cedar Lake, yeah. And I was patient, and I was waiting for it, and I was excited, and I was like, they can't fuck this up, can't fuck this out. Literally the least fun track in the game.
Cedar Lake?
Yep. There is maybe
Weed Sport is worse.
no.
Yeah. What?
No.
You're crazy.
No.
Get off my
No.
podcast.
No.
Everybody
You
thinks
just
it's
say
great
Weed
because he
Sport's
posts it.
worse. Weed Sport
Everybody
is the
thinks-
most fun track to just drive around in the game. I think.
Everybody thinks that NoCap is David's.
Oh,
just 'cause
here we
he
go
produces it and hosts it. And
I
does-
uploaded the
and
first
does all the
episode.
work.
If you would have uploaded the first episode we ever did, which was great, and not like a little bitch about it, maybe you could call it. Maybe you could call it your fucking podcast.
Get off my podcast.
But no, you made me do all the work.
I know. Thank you for doing it.
That's why we take 5-week breaks now.
When you quit working, go to the podcast.
When I'm responsible and in charge, shit ain't getting done.
When you quit working and you got nothing to do all day, there's not enough time in the day to do a podcast.
Okay. Look.
No,
I'm traveling to Tulsa. Then you're going to. Yeah, I'm saying I want to do a podcast. Sure. Then he said, all right. We don't get into it. All right. What's wrong with Weed Sport?
What do you mean?
We'll talk about it when we get to Weed Sport in 2 weeks. What's wrong with Cedar Lake? The top of 1 and 2 is dominant 75% of the time, and then just running the top is also no fun there because the way you enter. Okay, go on.
Every racetrack, whoever's in the top 3, it's not good racing. But once you get back into the middle of the pack, if you go like 4th on back, is when I feel like you can actually judge the racing. And here at Cedar Lake, I mean, people run in the middle, people run on the top, people run on the bottom. I mean, look, watch. Who was it?
But why can I not
Felix, I think it was Felix. Did Felix make the feature? He rolled the bottom and almost drove through past everybody, and then it went away.
But is he gonna show me this fucking
Just
lap
because
or
the
not?
2 fastest guys by 2/10 in features,
No.
Alex and Hayden.
Nope,
can
I'm not
pound a
talking.
fence
I'm not
down.
talking about this particular race. I'm talking about officials. I'm talking about.
Ain't nobody care about officials.
I'm talking this track warning in 0 to 100%. Terrible. Hate it.
Like track evolution.
Yeah. The top. Yeah. Okay. First off, and maybe this is how it's built, and I hit the straightaways every single lap. And okay, hey, that's a driver problem. Okay, but I don't have that problem any fucking where else. Anywhere else, I don't have that issue. So therefore, it's definitely something different with the track, And now, especially when the cars just hang rights, the way you set them up on the fucking straightaways, it's even worse now. But no, even before, you constantly scrape the walls, and it's just annoying. So it fucks up your entry in the next corner, which, that's one thing. But the way you run the top 1 and 2, and you can rim over the garbage. It's just no fun. It's no fun. 3 and 4, it's like Charlotte. It's like the slider line all the time until the top comes in. It's bullshit. Maybe if that low slider where you could kind of hang the middle was a little better, it'd be okay. But no, unless the track is like a certain conditions and you're running low tire pressures now to grip the bottom, like Austin did. I'm doing his qualifying lap that I can't seem to fucking pull up right now. It's a bad racetrack. It's garbage. For me personally, there is zero fun. There maybe hitting the middle in 1 and 2 and cutting to the bottom is kind of a fun line, but you're doing that for at most 10 laps of a race before you gotta move somewhere else and run the fast line.
well, we'll compare it to Weed Sport after we have that race. I might be eating my words. I haven't ran Weed Sport probably since Pro last year.
I feel like with Weed Sport, no matter what the track stake is, I could run 4 different lines. I could run 4 different lines on both ends of the track. Yep.
Last time I ran it, all you could run is down on the bottom.
When was that?
Or slider 1 and 2, and then bottom of 3 and 4. I don't know. Like.
Oh my God, Austin hit a 6 his first lap. We bailed. Okay, we bailed. Maybe he didn't have low tire. So you ran the middle there. So you'd think if he had low tire pressures, he just stuck the hell out of this.
He just ran a perfect lap on the bottom.
Just killed everyone.
A little bit of hand movement there, but you know.
I mean, Hagen ran the top. I'll just show that for showing the top's sake. But, I mean, yeah, you got the biggest entry. You got to come in past the wall, which is, you know, fine. But it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the top. You know, I'd rather run the top at Lima Land, at Fairbury, at whatever fuck other bull rings we got than 1 and 2 here. Like, I feel like that running the top here is no fun.
To interrupt, my pool is in shambles. Logan just spun out, running second on a restart. And Klaasmeyer is in dead last.
So he's gonna win tonight. Okay, get him again. Why'd we spin? Oh my goodness.
Just hoppy Burmy.
Oh well. Hey, Heat 1 we go here.
So yeah, Heat 1. See, like I had fun. I had more fun in this heat race than I know I probably ever will at you know.
All right, where are you at? Where are you at in this heat? Okay. What, dude? I feel like at Weed Sport punishes I shouldn't say Weed Sport punishes you for missing the line. Weed Sport rewards you for hitting the line the more than any other track, any other line at any other track, besides maybe. No, not even the bottom at 3 and 4 in Grove. But if you hit the bottom or the top at Weed Sport right, I feel like it rewards you more than anywhere. That's why I like it, because I feel like there's just such a huge skill gap.
Right.
We're here, we're just fucking. Yeah. So what? We start 6th. What's your
7th?
Oh God, 7th. Okay.
We were deep.
See, that's the other thing about this podcast. I'm like, I always think of watching the races back like this and far chasing. I'm just like, don't like it. Don't want to do that. Isn't fun. We wheeled Shay here. You have Logan under here. He wasn't really at your door. You could have squeezed him, but you gave him room.
Hey, real quick.
It's a racing deal. It's a racing deal.
This is why mirrors are bullshit.
Oh, jeez.
No. Listen. As soon as you bring up Logan's here, the only reason I know he's there is because my mirror. So
because you're looking at your mirror.
I'm going to give him room.
Oh, not that you're on your back foot out of turn 2 with no momentum?
What do you mean? I had a good run.
Huh?
I'm pulling away. No.
Oh, we're getting sucked up!
It's my line.
That's fine. Don't say you have a run.
And I had to slide up in front of Logan, so it was like a half slider. All right, it's still a good run. So if I don't have a mirror here, I don't assume that Logan's gonna try and bomb it in on the bottom. You know what I mean? And I just run my line. Anyways, continue. I don't.
Well, okay, no, I was gonna say because so this brings up this is something we argue about the whole Knoxville thing because the way what were we saying? The way Alex slid.
It's a false sense of security that just causes more racing problems than it solves. Okay.
Why didn't you run the DOB no mirrors thing last night then? Huh?
I was going to, but then I lost interest because I just forget about this stuff. Other than throw for whatever reason.
One day I will run without mirrors and. I can't even finish a race nowadays. I act like I'm every race I'm already in. What am I talking about? It's just a racing deal, but yeah, Jesus Christ, you gave him a while.
But watch him. I mean, I have no idea if Shay's there either. Like, go in my cockpit.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, I guess so.
What do you mean?
Okay, I guess so.
You're
in VR. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm looking at my corner. I'm looking right.
You don't hear him. You're looking in your mirror at Logan. You just said it.
I didn't. so I don't look at my mirror, but I know my surroundings because of it. It makes you change your racing line.
He sure knew he was on your outside. I'm scared. Just dirty speed lab. Just call it what it is. Alright. So we're running middle. I think lying is about middle. Logan comes back up.
I don't get an incident. I would have been less upset if I got an incident for that rather than what's coming up. But I didn't. So, you know, consistency in our rules here.
I don't like what we do here. I assume Logan's gonna be running middle, and I'm just like, okay, we got Egan on our outside. I think we've fallen line. We can run a middle, and we can carry some momentum on exit. But the way you just drive again made you have to lift and turn a little bit. Rear line hits the wall anyways, but just my racing prerogative. That's a lot of bad contact starts. Egan gets a gift. Him and Tyler, if I bring up the points, I think they're not the only ones racing for 15th, but they're the only ones racing for 15th. 5 points after this. So that's just an interesting battle to keep an eye on these last 3 races for those at home.
My whole thought process here was just get the grip in the corners and then stay low in the straightaways to get that grip. And then
Same thing. I feel like just slagging in too straight.
Yeah, I definitely had that problem here, but it's also like my 3rd race here ever since this track even came out. So.
See, you don't even race the track. That's how you don't know it's garbage.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, if you're only racing a pro second, like, yeah, maybe it's decent, but I don't know.
The only other time I raced it a lot was the big blocks, actually, when those first came out. But after since a week after those, I haven't touched those cars or probably this track.
I mean, I guess that
maybe pro and maybe like 2 DRT races or something.
We had like, yeah, I was gonna say there was maybe there's another DSRL race, but like it was okay. So we'll just let this all play out. Okay. So on the incident sheet, they gave you a 3x for the contact with Logan, saying you caused this, and an extra 2x because it was for a transfer spot.
Correct.
Okay. So let's hear your.
First of all, before we do anything, no. Go back. A little bit.
Far chaser cockpit.
No, cockpit. Go to Logan's cockpit on the contact, and you tell me if the contact that we have is why he drives into Blake. Boom, hits, drives down the track, and then.
We'll play that again for those at home. Nope. Like he would have been fine if he kept it going down the track.
Right. Like the contact that I gave him, and this was a part of my appeal that got denied, was that I hit him and it turned him down the track.
What a save. I almost just spilled my water. Can I say again? And maybe it's just the way where people are trying to second up the cars. We're running the wrong line again. That's the most aggravating thing to me of this whole thing. These guys are running down here when the line's up here. If you don't run the fast line and you get wrecked because you're slowing it, I'm just never going to feel bad for you. I'm just never going to feel bad. I get it's your racetrack. But hey, you're slowing in the way then. Get the fuck out of the way. Run the right fucking line.
And I drove into the back of Logan. If they want to give me an incident for that, that's fine. But that's not what my incident was for.
What? I thought it was.
It was for that.
Yeah.
They said I caused that.
So they make contact. And Logan was, he's pointed at most. Is this frame? Ooh. At most, he's still making this corner. He can slide it. Well, maybe Mason's in his way on the bottom.
I made the point in one of my emails. If I got hit like Logan did, I'm taking that speed down the track and maybe even trying to get underneath.
Yeah, you see it somewhere in a Lager heat race with Jew or someone. Same thing. Well, they bounce off the outside wall, but then they use their speed.
Oh, Shell probably when he dodged Ducharme.
Yeah, even on that one. So I mean.
But I hit him. And
Beers runs to the back. I'm just kidding.
And then also, I mean, Blake kind of comes down. It's just a racing
It's
deal.
also, the whole thing's a racing deal. And they penalize it. And this is the other thing. Everybody always complains about the admin of this series. And that the whole thing with Alex and Hagen too. Everybody was bitching, he's not getting penalized for this and that. Look at the end of the F1 series. Do you want? Do you want? Do you know? And then
If you're gonna talk F1, can I interrupt you real quick?
go for it.
The biggest problem with F1 these days is that they don't let them race.
The foreigners.
Racing is the racing is dictated by penalties. So that's the exact problem that we're having with all these series on iRacing.
Is it
Series,
actually?
League series. Yeah, they don't let anybody race. It's all about giving penalties.
I know
all
the
these
stuff
crazy
between
things.
Lewis and Verstappen.
No
Weeks
penalties.
before that too.
Yeah. Well, it's always like, oh, time second, penalty for, cutting the corner, whatever. Like.
And the DRS
Let-
makes it.
just- Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, just do penalties. I don't know. Just let racers race. God damn it.
That's what I always said. I never trust anybody. I don't trust Tyler Hudson to make live calls. I don't trust Stephen Calavona. I don't trust KT King. I don't trust Roger Wagner. I don't trust Chris Roberts. I don't trust any league admin, especially all those motherfuckers that aren't actually racing, aren't actually in the cars, don't actually race fucking, they're just up there in their blimp. I don't trust them to make the right call. So, and that's why I always say, err on the side of caution, leave things be racing deals, they'll sort themselves out. The whole thing with Hagen and Alex, I'm like, okay, great. Hagen doesn't have to leave Alex any room the rest of the fucking series now if he doesn't want to.
So, let racers race is my thing. Only people only deserve penalties if it's intentional.
Yes,
contact.
like none of this was malicious right here.
Right. I did not have a master plan to run into the back of Logan so that him and Mitjulis would wreck us straight away later.
And I can get where Blake can argue, well, that dumbass made a mistake and now I'm getting like what do you really want? What are we really able to do? Just give you third position in finishing result, and then like there's nothing. There's just no, they're just fucking incompetent, and I don't trust any of them to fucking do a thing. And that's why I don't want to have in the series. I was fine with what they changed with as far as points and shit went penalty wise, but I mean even look at the situation with you and Cole at Eldora in that B main. Yeah, he crashed you for a transfer spot and made it, but then he was suspended the next week. Because he's a dumbass and like went over the incident limits. Like it comes around, A dumbass is gonna get, fucked because with the way the system is, I think there's only been one suspension, David Allen so far. But it's also and I've always said this every year at Pro, but there's only 15 good drivers that know what they're doing. So you're always just going to have problems with whatever other 20 guys you put in the back. There's always going to be problems because there's just not enough. There's not enough players on dirt where you get 35 good drivers who know what's going on and know what's around them. And I say this as someone who's averages 12 incident points this year in the fucking official races I run. There's just like it doesn't matter what
a high incident racer. More walls than anything.
Yeah, that too.
Sometimes bad right rears.
It's just there's always gonna be a case of ignorance on the driver's standpoint where they just don't know what's going on and they drive in there and do it. I mean, you see it in every year in every series. I'm sure we'll see one later at some point. Yeah, we see it with you and fucking you and Jaeger. Maybe there's 14 drivers that know what's
And so before I even hit Logan too, you can see that I'm lifting so I don't run in the back of him because
you tapped the brakes. I saw in your review you were on your replay the other day.
Yeah.
You hit the brakes.
Logan had to lift from Jules also because Logan had a better run. It was literally just the biggest chain reaction. So they blamed what happened with Jules and Logan in 3 on me, because of what happened coming out of 2. Well, why don't we just keep pointing fingers then, and then that doesn't get anything. That
Why
didn't.
should it? It's after the line. Who cares? Why should it?
You definitely should. But if we're gonna be pointing fingers because I hit them a straightaway before and then they wrecked, well then how come we don't blame Logan for lifting for Mitjulis and blame Mitjulis for running a slower line, and then just blame everybody for signing
Yeah,
up for the
exactly.
race? I mean, it's you like where do you draw the line and when do you stop pointing fingers of what caused the frickin' butterfly effect in a heat race to cause an incident?
I think it was a very weird causing effect situation that they took pretty far. Like, you watch that one time, like I think you've said it before. If you can't tell whose fault it was on the first look, it's don't even look at it again. It's a racing deal at that point, because then you're breaking it down entirely too much.
Right.
And say, well, if this guy did this and this guy did it, you know what? If they all ran the fast line, it wouldn't have been a fucking problem.
What's funny too is
But
that
this series is full of clowns, so.
Logan and Blake were coming together no matter what, I think, going into 3. And if I didn't run in the back of Logan and lose all that speed, I would have been collected up even worse.
Oh, you mean, well, yeah, you can't go and say, well, he's going to go do that, then. You can't just assume that.
No, I know. That's why I'm just, throwing out there that it looked like they were going to hit each other. Regardless. Because the contact that we had was so minor. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So, I mean, track's good, right? If you run low tire pressures and could just commit to the bottom, like, well, last race, this heat, you kind of could be too. Hagen's just ripping top, and there is a middle. Like, track's as racy as it's going to be right now. But, I mean, it's still like 3 and 4. It's just like a wash. That's the same way I've used Charlotte. Like,
Jason Pursley is at the Chili Bowl.
Nice. Oh, is that what they're showing there? Holy shit. Yeah, I was wondering what they were showing in the mask. Did they give any incidents for this? Do you know on the report?
Go back. I gotta see it.
I don't have the report in front of me. Sorry, guys.
How did you get it? You shouldn't have it anyways.
I don't. I just heard you bitching about your exes.
Yeah, right. That's just from talking. I definitely didn't give it to him. Let's see.
I think, fucking, once again, I guess he came in hard because they were 3 wide out of here. Looked like the contact really, well, he was spinning him, but then really got worse once Felix came in and got him.
Shit, I don't have the...
Okay, Tim has a run. He's cutting down. He's like, okay, where am I going to go with this? And then Evan's like, well, I just want to go with the bottom, which isn't his fair point, but he ends up cutting across the track, and it's just, that's a risk that happens, and it's a racing deal. Tim tries to get off him. Felix can't react in time. They all wreck. Last guy comes and crashes like it's Chili Bowl. And that helps Rylan, who was
at Chili Bowl.
Yeah, he was racing at the Tim Sims and was putting on a show there, I guess.
Does Tim Sim have the WR1s? Because he was racing somebody's in the WR1.
Oh,
I think it was somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't think he's racing. Tim Sims has WR1s?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure. I gotta plug my headset in. Not ready for anything around here. Just a mess.
Anyways, that was another episode of...
I wish. Alright, continue. So he's making the bottom work. Rylan hit the top. Yee yada yee yada.
I want nothing more than to come on this game and have fun too. There's just so many times that's like you kind of forget whether you take you don't race, you haven't raced since the last Monday night, and you're like, all right, it's pro night, we're ready to go, it's gonna be fun, and then as soon as you get out there, it's just like,
well, you're never gonna have fun in this game if you just race the Pro Series. If I'm being honest. Some certain points of the racing might be fun. Like, you're not going to get this competition and shit anywhere else. That's fun about it. But
Yeah, so this should realistically be the most fun series.
No, like what I remember from last year is literally every night, whether Hagen won, was second, and it was everybody in the Discord. Whether Jew won, everybody was just disappointed, at the end of the night.
Which heat is this?
And
Heat two?
that's yeah, and that's what I
That
felt like
was
my last year is
Heat 2, lap 4, turn 2 was blamed on latency.
oh, I don't even want to go back and look at this point. Wow.
Let's just
So they
fast
gave
forward
that
this 2x
latency.
through. Let's just watch this at 2x, double the speed up.
Just double the speed. I can don't blame me.
Just kidding.
Um. See, at this point, I think track's on. I think it's top slider, and it just will be the rest of the night. And the straightaways just get fucking slickier before everything. It's just not fun, dude. Just carrying speed and hammering the backstretch walls. Oh yeah, dude. That's Cedar Lake for you. Good line by Kendall there. Good lift by Kendall there. Nice clear up by Tilly. Nice fucking bottom by Lamy. I don't know what line Kendall's trying to run there, but
Kendall is really good about moving around and trying to find something that's good though.
for
He's
sure.
not,
And especially for
he does
someone who
not.
shows up like he does. He runs, I
Yeah,
think, dirt car on Wednesdays, whatever they're running, and then he just.
he has a really good feel of when a car has speed or not, like in a corner. I was curious to why he slid all the way up to the fence there.
I was gonna say, like, even throwing a slagger in throwing a slagger in 1 and 2 here makes it feels like it's like throwing a slagger at Fairbury, because yeah, if you go all the way up, they're just gonna fucking. This was actually a really good heat. Now that I remember it.
I told him to go up to the top there. Curb is fat. Big boy curb right there.
Oh, this was the last lap. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Next heat.
Cool.
Jew finally gets a hard heat.
Yeah.
We didn't do episodes, but like he literally the last 3 weeks, I felt like he had nobody who re-qualified in his heat race. Everybody he was with came out of the qualifier series. It was a bunch of squid dicks. But then this was also like the worst track possible for him too.
For him and then two guys that pound the top better than most people in the service.
Yeah. So he tries to go defensive, but okay. Oh, here. So.
Incident.
Oh, tire caused Cam to hit Drew, which caused him to. Oh.
Oh, it caught. Yep. Go back. Hold on, real quick.
Oh, okay.
Go back. James' lack of speed made Cameron turn down into Ducharme and hit Ducharme. 4x for James.
2x. 2x. It was a transfer spot also.
Right.
Yep.
Just saying.
Bragan just. What are we doing, dude? We just drive the car straight against the wall and go.
Back to the safety stuff, the incident stuff. I wouldn't care if they just made calls like that all the time, as long as it's just keep it consistent. So
no,
no, just
don't call it at all.
Yeah, they shouldn't. But I'm just saying that if they're going to, just keep it consistent for everything. Not it's good for this one, but not for that one.
See, and that's like I said, that's
here's another one. Tyler gets an incident for this.
Oh, I'll show it. I was just gonna say, it was very humbling to see all the drama that happened at the last race of the Formula One Championship, because I was like, okay, well, if the top echelon of motorsport in the world, we'll call it that, F1, can't even get their fucking admins, FIA, whatever you want to call them, their decision making is, questioned entirely, and they're kind of making it up as they go, which it seemed like. I was like,
Yep.
well, I don't feel so bad that we have the shit we do. And then it was the same thing. Um, when Chase was in here and he was talking about how bad the fucking car was, the new Cup car. And I was like, well, if the top level of motorsport can't figure out a fucking car that can race good, I should be thankful that we have what we have on iRacing.
It's because we're trying to see. That's the problem. We're whether it's the safety stuff, officials, or
We
racing.
should be
They're
grateful.
they're trying to manipulate it too much. They're trying to manipulate it too much to enforce good racing and clean racing. Just let it happen.
Exactly. And that's my thing. And we've seen that. We've seen leagues try, we did whatever, what VLR tried, and then they ended up actually picking up the Pro Series, what they used to do their last couple seasons they did. They picked up the same incident points, but DSRL's theirs, VLR had theirs. Every league has different things. DOB had claim your incidents, and then whatever. To all try to encourage cleaner racing. But like I said, at the end of the day, whether it's not enough talent or you can blame the cars and the tracks, there's always gonna be incidents. Like we're racing.
I got it.
We
There
slot cars.
No, no. There should be none of this stuff, right? DQ somebody if they intentionally straight line somebody for a transfer, just like a real flagman would. Who did that at the Chili Bowl this year so far? Somebody spun him out. Oh yeah,
Sammy. Shocker.
And he got black flagged. Okay, something extreme like that. Okay, and if there's no admins in there, then obviously they don't care enough about it to black flag anybody anyways. But as far as incidents and racing deals, have the protest system just like they do for the official races. If somebody gets wrecked bad enough and they think, oh, I want to protest this, then they should send it in, and then it should be if they do decide that this person can be penalized with this, they should not analyze every single little contact. Leave it up to the drivers if they want to spend the time to protest an incident.
I agree.
And
If
maybe
you're in,
give them a cap or something. Give them a cap so they can't protest every single time that there's a wreck.
I swear, I thought that's how it was before. Was it not? They were like,
that's how it's
they were like, we're
be.
not doing
That's
any
what the rules
incidents.
say.
You're supposed, because Blake Majulas isn't protesting you for getting in the back of Logan for that incident.
Right.
Tyler Shell isn't protesting Tyler here for being a squid dick and making him lifting. Or JD's not, he's not protesting Tyler Shell.
JD would see this and say, "Oh, that's just."
He'd say that's a racing deal. Yeah.
And so, if you even watch Tyler Ducharme too, go to his car.
It's actually in.
Go to his car.
I completely forgot about all this.
Listen, they say that he caused this because he hit the wall and it caused. Pause it real quick. It caused Shell to turn down. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. Tyler hit the wall and he didn't slow down. He actually sped up because it gave him grip. Shell had to run because he ran a different line regardless and was going to have to dodge Tyler. And so it's just like they still blame Tyler for this because he hit the wall, but that doesn't make sense because you could watch Tyler's mile per hour increase as he hits the wall because it actually plants their car for him.
If the straightaways weren't bullshit, none of this would happen.
Shell literally just had a better run.
He went from 96 to 94.
Tyler just had a run and had to dodge it.
You lie.
What?
96. We're in the wall. We're down to 94.
I only saw 95. Still, 1 mile per hour is not gonna cause that to be Tyler's fault.
Yeah, causes him to react, and then JD's got nowhere to go. I don't see how this is.
Shell just ran a different line in 3 and 4 to be able to have him have such a run.
Yeah.
Tyler slid up, Shell drove down.
Yep. So he had more before. Yeah, because Tyler got all squirrel dick, but Tyler's going 96. Yeah,
Shell's you're freaking trying to drive these cars on the absolute edge. It's gonna happen if you get loose and hit a wall or run in the back of somebody. Anyways.
Yeah, you're right. He had a run. Tyler bumped the wall. It forced him to avoid, and that I don't see how you know. And that was one thing I always argued. Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one.
Because I argued this too. Because what VLR would do, I'm thinking more of the late models in this sense, was
Bring
a
in the
guy
protest system,
a guy would hit the wall.
just like officials. Sorry, continue.
A guy would hit the wall, and then the guy behind it would lift, and then the guy behind him would run over him. And they would
Right.
always give it to that third guy in line. And I think I actually remember arguing, just EOL the guy who fucking hit the wall then, because he start or no,
It was
they
EOL
penalized the guy. They did penalize the guy who hit the wall, and I was like, what? Well, it's kind of like the third places guy,
Right.
just because everything's in front of him.
You remember
So
how VLR started giving out warnings before they actually would penalize somebody, right? Or give them an EOL.
well, that was just
Do you
like if
remember
they
that?
were under
Do you remember?
green.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. But
mean,
do you
warnings.
remember that the midget race at Lanier, the 40 lapper that the Stewarts put on before DOB did their series with the Wicked Energy Gum? Do you remember that race at Lanier that VLR put on?
It was a sprint car race.
No, a midget race.
Oh, oh,
Before the Stewarts put on Wicked Energy Gum and all them.
yep, yep. I
So
remember that one.
lap one, I hit the back stretch with my right front, which it made my right front shoot up 4 feet in the air, right? Well, I set the car back down, nothing happens, no anything, and Calvota gave me a warning for that. Like, do you want me to just pull off the track so that we don't have any incidents, or are we gonna go out and race? Like, stop trying to manipulate it.
No, then that's literally it for all those people that cry about shit happening to them in the Pro Series. It's like, well then,
It should just go to protest. That's what I think.
fine, put 10 cars out on the track. Well, even a heat race, people can't stay off. It's just, I don't know. I have no clue what was happening in this heat race, but these guys were racing. I don't know why my fucking trading pains anymore. But that was a big win for Cam in this, because Alex was second in his thing. So we got the Baconator. This was a good race too. Well, I guess this track's fucking nice. Oh, so here we go. So, why we're just entering corners straight again?
It's not me, David.
Oh, I guess we just put and then catches Sherman. Oh. Did they give an incident for that? Do you have the report up?
I do.
Oh, I'm actually intrigued.
Boom. What is this? A B or C?
C.
Which is lap one?
Lap one.
Racing incident. For the same thing that happened to me. Somebody checked up in front of him and they ran in the back of him.
Kinda, but you could. I guess you would just argue. He never made contact with David. Okay, I guess he did. He got him tied.
Real quick, here's one thing that I said to the race director, whoever. If Blake and Logan don't make contact, do I get a penalty for the contact between me and Logan? No, I don't get blamed for that, right? So why would I get blamed for them making contact if I don't get blamed for making contact with Logan in the first place? Does that make sense? If you separate the
I think
two
you should send them
incidents-
another email.
They didn't respond to my last one. Which is fine. I mean,
Okay, here's a hypothetical.
I'm just trying to prove. I'm just trying to understand the thought process behind it. Because I send an email and you don't get much information back. It's just like, oh, this is the call, and blah.
So what if theoretically Landon, there's no contact here with David Allen. Like he was trying to slow down. He had to slow down anyway. So he slows down and say, you can argue he's stopping. It's whatever. So this causes Sebeski to hit him. and then say he takes out another guy. Well, he ended up causing that. Jesus. So
Did
would
it
you
actually cause
blame
that?
that on Landon for stopping to avoid another car, or do you blame Chris because
No,
well it happened in front of him?
complete racing deal. Their
Absolutely,
racing,
absolutely.
their racing is a shitty deal. Racing deal.
That this essentially is just your wreck to another level also of a causing effect
Right.
because Justin Sherman he's not gonna protest fucking any of these front three guys for it.
I'm just upset. It's my first incident of the season, and now I got 8 of them. Go whole race,
Got
whole
him so
season
upset.
clean.
He was. You can't wait till we
Well, and I
kill
think
someone else later.
now you can only get -1 per race. So I literally can't be in another incident for the rest of the season, and if I am, then I don't get to qualify or I get, suspended for a week because of me tapping the back of Logan. But we can hook somebody after the line and get away with it, you know?
You act like you killed his dog. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
incident.
I had no doubt from like lap 10 on that Blake was gonna make this race. I was just like, nah, dude, Blake's a world champion driver. I was like, he's got this extra level. Watch him go to it. Like I never doubted
he
it.
was searching around really well and finding speed everywhere. It was like it was impressive about how he's able to search so many different lines and try so many different things and not really lose much ground on him.
Oh, the track was just so good and even. I don't know. Well, they're hitting. Oh, Logan hit a 6-0. Yeah, he wasn't being slow at all, really doing it.
I mean, no matter what
He finally just
racing
started
you're
committing
doing,
to up here.
whoever out in front is always gonna just pull away most of the time.
Well, yeah. Never a doubt. Got him to the line.
Okay. Does that deserve an incident for wrecking him after the line, turning down into him?
No.
Not for the
And like I
transfer
said,
spot
it
or
was
nothing?
because he hit the wall.
Yeah, but he still turned down the track. Watch his arms.
I mean, so
It was the old NASCAR move,
okay.
but instead of
Well
being on the
then,
inside, putting him in the wall, he just turned down to block his run.
no. So what if this had happened? Aga turned 2 after the line. Would you still argue for an incident?
No, because that's not going to change the outcome.
No, and neither the distance again. So it's like, who the fuck
could've.
cares? And I love that motherfucker flipped his car, Carrick, after the line Monday night at the Chili Bowl, and the top 3 crashed, and the announcers are like, "Wow, that's crazy," but every motherfucker who puts on an iRacing stream doesn't like crashing after the line.
The sponsors don't like it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess if it happened every race, but to actually penalize someone.
So me personally, if I'm race director here, I don't give Mitjulis a penalty either. But based off of going how they're going, that everything deserves a penalty.
Yeah.
I just don't get how this doesn't get one. Is all I'm saying. I don't think that it should get one either. But it's just baffling about how different so many of the calls are from one to another. It's like they're just throwing darts at a dartboard, and whatever, the dartboard's a wheel of fortune spinning, and whichever one sticks, that's what they're going with.
Okay, and then we got B. Okay. Did they reset? Yeah, right? They
Yep,
reset the
yep, yep, yep.
track. Okay. Alright, so we got Ryling on pole. Reagan Shell, Ernie, Evan. Evan. Oh, good God. Alright, who'd they give this one to? Evan? B main, lap 1.
Yep, Evan. Which Evan doesn't come up. Look how much, I
No,
think
last second, Ernie turns down enough where it looks like they're going to hit anyways.
Yeah.
But it's a racing deal. It's just a 3-wide thing. I don't think he never really came up into Ernie's lane.
No, not at all.
No, so.
No way that
Yeah.
it's Ernie's fault.
And like I said, I don't think any of these 3.
And real quick,
Well,
that's
JD
for a
wouldn't protest anything.
Oh wait, never mind.
No,
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Ignore it.
Wasn't Shay fucking? I have contact up here too. That's what happens. I was like, wasn't Shay rolling the bottom and made the feature?
Oh yeah, when did Shell get hit too and his car broke? Was that the beginning of this or the heat race?
Oh, I think it was this. Yeah, because Gray was on the grid and he like didn't move.
Yeah.
I was like, Ernie sabotaged his pedals.
Well, then Ernie drove into the Shell.
Yeah, I think he just goes straight and he ran into him. Is there a penalty for that?
No.
Wow.
His whole car.
They're gonna actually. It looks like it's alright.
No, his car was broke.
Is that what it said? Oh my god, that's hilarious.
He had a meatball and everything.
That'd be protestable. Oh, Bragan tries to undercut a little too soon. Shell comes for bottom. Oh! Who gets blamed for this?
Lap 6. Latency.
Whoa, because of that. I didn't see that on the live. I thought Shell just got tight and car hired him. But yeah, when you look at it, he for sure gets him tight. But I still think they're going to make contact. His left rear is going to run over his right rear here.
Oh! You can't do it based on because then what if this and that? You said to me earlier.
It's almost like with all of these race cars on the racetracks, racing
Just
deals
let 'em
happen.
race.
It's almost like racing shit happens. Let them race. Jesus Christ. But every motherfucker, every motherfucker who gets touched fucking gets all mad that they got the shit end of the stick. It's like, oh well. That's part of racing.
See, it should be a point where don't do anything that's worth getting protested for.
Logan did nothing wrong with Brady Bacon. Tough luck. Like Brady got the shit end of the stick.
And Logan got what he deserved with his rep getting hit a little bit. There's a give and take.
Yeah. It's all there is. It's all whether or not you care about your respect and not, I guess, as a driver.
Thus, the Baconator was born. This is fun, David. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying too much.
We should always wait 5 weeks so we get a good episode.
I love the Pro Series. I agree with every call made, and just can't wait for next year already.
Yeah, we got to be back for next year. Do you know how excited I was when Cam said there's gonna be a late model Pro Series? I was like, yes. I guess after week 3, it'd be annoying reviewing every little door of a guy, but like we were just talking, like it's just like that. Like in late models, there's for sure those people who don't care about dooring you, giving you a nudge out of the way, and then there's ones that do. And it's like obviously it's easier to just nudge the people out of the way, but it's like that's literally every pass in a late model race. It's all give and take. It's all in the driver's hands. I don't know
We're
why
gonna
I'm
watch warm up.
watching. I got off on a tangent.
Telling you, I think the protest system's got to be the way to go. Let drivers decide if they think they got wrecked enough to where they're gonna protest somebody, just like officials. They always say about how they want to make it. I mean, not so much anymore now that these are ran in league sessions maybe, but they always used to want it to be able to replicate how well their system works. You know what I mean? So that's
Oh,
why
yeah,
officials
yeah,
said no live adminning.
yeah.
But then they bring in an admin to judge everything after the fact. Like,
Let's make sure our system worked right. Well, I mean, what if there was an exploit in the system?
what do you mean?
I don't know. Just like imagine, I don't know, something with incidents. So it's like, so yeah, that. Well, I guess they could be. I was gonna say you could hit a guy under yellow and X him out, but you can protest that. And generally, I assume everyone would, and then the admin would take care of that. But
Any intentional wrecking, you know, make it a one race ban. Or take their qualifying away, I don't know.
I just feel like so many people call so many wrecks intentional in this game, and for me, I'm like, it's just ignorance. They don't know. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Well,
They had no plan for
yeah.
that corner.
And
You
that's
know?
how racing is. I mean, look at Ryan Reynolds just getting flipped in his heat race at the Chili Bowl. It's just racing, dude. It's like that stuff's gonna happen. Um, I think I had another good point for slipped my mind.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before that?
I don't know. I'm fucking fucking high. The protest system. Oh yeah, you're like an admin's got to be here to prove it's right or whatever. So look at this racing in the back. Oh, there's people doing different things.
There's different lines.
But also, I mean, you can argue. I mean, there is. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but everybody should just be running the top and slider because it's the fastest. And not everybody is capable to do that. Like, so a lot of these guys obviously put themselves there because they have low tire pressure and shit. But you know.
Well, then also you got cars in front of you too when you're in the back.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
I'm not yawning.
I don't know. I think it's just hard to judge a track by the racing in the back because I feel like so many mistakes are always made that that's what kind of produces it. Or they're not running a certain line to its fullest, so another line it can be decent, but okay, I'm running the slagger in 1-2. Alex kept kind of just, does he actually clear him? Yeah, he just takes that line away, and Cam was kind of, I think, setting up for that cut down like Hagen was. But, like, he just takes his line away, makes Cam straighten out a little more, fucks up his corner exit, you know, ultimately slows down his next corner. And Cam didn't protect hard enough, yeah. I think the yellow came out then, yeah.
No.
Someone's screaming.
See, here's a call I agree with. I don't disagree with everything.
He was turned down the track.
I mean, I just I had no idea he was there. He'd been like out past my right front for
Okay.
like 4 or 5 laps,
Riddle me
and then I
this.
just I
Why
just did
why
not
isn't
listen. La, la,
this
la, la,
why
la.
isn't
I
this a
just
racing
no
deal?
no no no.
Nobody cares.
Uh,
Stop defending yourself. Nobody cares.
I'm not defending myself.
Ah.
Okay,
Why
go
isn't
ahead.
this a racing deal?
Go back. Let's watch it again.
It's a good question.
I mean, he does come down a tiny
I'm
little
not
bit, but
I'm
I
not
think
calling it a racing deal. I'm saying why you're saying you agree with the penalty, so why isn't it a racing deal?
I come up the track too much for it to be a racing. It was too much in my favor of the incident happening for it to be a racing deal. It wasn't a mutual meeting in the middle. I came all the way up a track.
I think that what I said before, but you would have impeded his lane whether or
Right.
not he was there. Where sometimes that's not the scenario. So
And if
yeah.
Jaeger wanted to protest that and I get a penalty for that, then that I would understand that
Oh yeah, if
because,
I was him, I'd protest. I'd be fucking
right.
pissed. Yeah,
And that would be, worthy
protestable.
of it.
Yep, yep.
100%.
Man,
Sorry,
dude,
Dylan.
it's almost like we're just always right about everything. That's why I like you,
Huh?
Adam. Because you always.
No, stop.
Yeah.
No, keep going. I want
We
to
just
hear.
we just gotta put on our own series. We have the answers for admin. We have the answers for the track states. We have the answers. Man.
I'm not ready to hang up the wheel yet. I like running 9th or 10th every week.
Come
I
on.
had no clear there, John. I'm sorry.
Can you hear my audio? I
Please
can't
don't
hear
press
any
this
of your
video.
audio.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm doing your screen. Oh yeah. He was like, "Come on," and you were like, "Ah, I'm sorry, man."
Did he say come on? I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it in race.
Oh, yeah. It's not important.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I told Hagen here, I was just like, hey, if you run that cut down, Alex is just gonna try to block it or roll by it on that low slagger. Yeah. And then I was like, don't meet in the middle.
I'll just knock his right front out. You would know about that, wouldn't you, David?
Don't know what you're talking about.
He tried to do it again. Caution was that, wasn't it? You're not talking about it.
No, yellow came out like a fucking lap after that too, I think.
Well, yeah, you did.
No, he said Ernie was
the
stopped on
infield.
the track. Yeah, he said Ernie was stopped on the track.
Let's go back here because we could watch Felix Roy come kind
I
of
don't
on
want
the
to watch
bottom
everyone
too.
just run the same. Which, okay, so his last lap was a 12.6. We won't even take the full take Reagan's lap time at 12.4. Like, Drew's kind of making that middle
Yeah.
work.
And that's where I wanted to be, but I don't know. I don't remember who's in front of me at this time. It might be Semmelman.
I don't
Or
know.
no,
I just feel like middle here isn't even fun to drive. Yeah, ugh.
I was enjoying it. I mean, I'm not running it here, but like it was just like a constant. Like I'd get him like an inch at a time for like a couple laps, and then I finally got by him. And then how many laps are left here? Was that when I passed Semmelman?
Yeah.
No, Semmelman's in front of me, so I still run Semmelman down from this, this far back.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, once I was able to get clear, I was able to run a different line. It's not like I slid him and took his line away and drove away and just kept running that same line. It was, I had to outrace whoever that was to be able to,
Oh.
Ryan Brunel's car got destroyed.
Oh, did it break that? Yeah, he was fucking hauling. I think Alex started catching Hagen running like a lane. Just getting to the wall first. Not even.
Yeah.
Just keeping it lower. I was like, all those crumbs look so good, but anybody that dips their left front them is gonna get so fucking tight. Oh, Bragan started racing Cam. Let's see how it is. I don't know. Who do you think's gonna win the championship?
Consistency shows Alex.
Yep. I agree.
Momentum shows probably Alex.
I never doubted. Even when Alex dropped out, I was just like, oh.
Well,
now I'll at
Jew
least
dropped
be
out too.
interested.
It's another year where Jew is behind in points because he dropped out. I think he dropped out in a feature and a heat race another time, didn't he, or something like that?
No, he dropped out, but he got back for his heat race.
Oh, right.
Or no,
But
maybe he had to race single monitor at Knoxville.
Yeah. And then his VR turned back on and it put him in the infield. Oh, that was the feature.
That was Grove. That was Fight Future Groves. But Knoxville, he dropped, came back in, and then raced single monitor.
And then we chose 30 wing on the fresh track. Hayden has the speed, I think, to definitely win the world championship, but he just is not as invested in iRacing as he was last year.
Once you
do it once,
it takes the sparkle.
It's when you get a real job.
So, oops. So, I did power rankings after Bristol. We were supposed to do them every week.
Let's explain power rankings here.
Power
Just
rankings
updated.
are not points. It is not even indicated with how well they are doing in pro. Just power rankings as a driver, top to bottom. Who is
your pick, basically.
just who you
And I'm still Wealth.
Hey, this was after Bristol. You qualified good one of these
Uh-huh.
weeks. I was gonna say what will we change around here from then? So I would definitely
I started
move.
qualifying worse after like Eldor or something like that. I haven't qualified in the top 20 since
I don't want to
like
type
week
this.
2.
So I would still now. I had Jew here, even because he just won Bristol, I think. And then so I was like, I'll give him the nod on Hagen. But I was gonna say, well, what has his Jew's results really been? Besides his 2 wins. Volusia, I think he was like 8th. I think he can have the speed of Alex, but I just don't think it showed up in this Pro Series yet.
James?
Yeah. Whereas I think Hagen can be faster than Alex, but he just doesn't have the consistency. Yeah, Jew was 12th at Volusia, which was a shitty reset track, but like.
Oh yeah, me and him literally got trained because we both started on the bottom and never were able to get up.
And then Knoxville, you 2 ran 30 wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking.
Literally dragged an anchor. Everybody had DRS on on me and James.
Jew at Kokomo, he finished good, I thought. He was 4th, I want to say. He was 3rd. He even beat Alex. He was 2nd, really. Because Hagen was the one never out of people who ran the top. So he has 2 wins and a 2nd, but then everything else is granted circumstances. But well, no, he was 5th. He was 5th here, so I don't know. So would you put Hagen or Jew 2nd, I guess, in your power rankings? And argue why?
Probably Jew, because I feel like he's the safer pick. Hayden's kind of a wild card this year.
Just go with your friends. What's
my friend?
Well, okay, but Hagen has 3 second places, and
That could be your pick, David. That's fine.
Hey, I'm just arguing to argue for argue's sake. This is just to boost their egos, anyways.
Let's just hear it.
Then
put Jew in
honestly
in the 1 spot, and then Alex in the 24th. All right. So why do you say
3 second places, a win now, and what would have been another 1 or 2 at Knoxville without getting wrecked.
True.
Did miss. Wow, what is a racer in this C main?
Knoxville, if James's VR doesn't, chain of events game again, if Jew's VR doesn't quit, then maybe he doesn't pick 30 wing for the feature.
Yeah,
because he was more focused on the setup and not making sure
I
his
agree
shit's
with
not gonna
that.
crash.
I gotta agree with that.
So
Well, also
I
just
think
starting
they're
out
literally
front.
dead nuts even, honestly.
Okay. Okay.
Hayden might have a little bit more speed, but
Sticky keys. I don't want to talk about it.
what do we
Fourth.
have, a freaking dome key button keyboard?
Say what you can.
Honestly, Eiler's been really good.
Ooh.
Cam's good. Maybe put
Cam
Eiler
has not
fifth.
had race running speed though.
Right. He hasn't stood out like he normally does.
What was Eiler's other finishes?
Eiler kicked it up this last couple races
Eiler
big time. Since
crashed.
he
He
got his
crashed
win.
at Ducharme. Agaldoro running for like 7th. What do you do at Bristol?
Sorry.
15th at Bristol. Oof. I don't remember anything happening to him. I mean, maybe something did, but... So he didn't have any pace there. He was good at Volusia. He was like 4th or 5th at Volusia. He was bad at Kokomo. He was in the B main with Tim Smith. And then... crashed. So I'd say give the nod to Cam on that one. I think I would slot Eiler 5. I would move Kendall up to my 6th.
Yep.
I would have Majulis as my 7th.
Pick this next one very
Nope.
carefully.
Nope. I typed not him.
Very carefully.
I would probably. I would put Logan in front of Shell, given this series right now for sure.
Whoa!
For sure. Oh, am I supposed to? Adam, these guys have ran top 5 laps. Like at least had laps in the top 5. You did at Knoxville at the start, wherever you qualified good. Wherever you won that heat race.
Yeah, I haven't been qualifying good, so.
Yeah. What race was that? Kokomo.
I think.
No. Yeah, because you finished like 6th in Kokomo. Right?
Right. Oh yeah, I qualified 2nd in Kokomo.
Yeah. So like those were your only laps inside the top 5.
Right.
Oh, no, you're gonna. Yeah.
But the rest of them, I've qualified maybe at best 18th or 20th.
I'm not talking about qualifying. I'm talking about power rankings and your pace. So you think if you qualified better in all these weeks, you would? I don't think you've raced. I don't think you've had better pace than what you've raced in a lot of these, I guess. Where you're saying, well, I had the pace, I just had to qualify better, and maybe instead of starting 14th, I'm starting 7th. I mean, it's debatable.
Are we talking only features, or are we talking just overall?
Just
the whole night?
Just whole night. All right. Because Shell was 3rd at one race, I thought. I don't remember which one.
Didn't even make a feature at Cedar Lake.
I know. He's crashed himself like 7 times this fucking year. Where we're going to put Jaeger? What was he side by side with you for, like 12th?
No, that was for 10th. He was in 9th at that time.
He's got good speed. Would you put him in front of Evan?
You were just so disrespectful. I'm not even in your next 3 picks.
Oh,
You still have to put Shell,
I'm not.
and Jaeger.
I'm not even talking about you. I'm saying, would you put Jaeger in front of Evan in your power rankings?
Yes.
I think he's been more consistent qualifying. I think they've both junked a lot of shit, but He made the feature at Grove at least. I think he's made all the races. Okay, interesting point. Okay, so you would argue you're 8 right here, or
I'd say
9?
at least 9th. Is that 9th? Oh. Well, let's see. So who's up next? Shell. I mean, Shell. I don't
Yell.
even think I've had to run a B yet this year, and now I'm probably gonna have to run the rest of them because I just said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Knock on wood, but I feel like my heat racing has been really well, which is, been setting me up for features. I don't know. I don't want to talk about me, so you can put all 3 of them.
Okay.
I'll let you pick.
I
Cheers.
guess I'll
I
put
hate you.
Shell
I
here.
hate
I'm
you.
Whoa.
Test.
Whoa.
Again?
Yeah, because no one's ever like, I'm interested to see what Jaeger's gonna do here for Q or a heat or something. So I would see their thing. I would say.
I don't even want you to put my name on there, should I? Nope.
I would say no. This is. I'm just
going
going off of what I'm going off of. I'm just going off of what I'm going
I feel
off of.
no, because you were
I didn't change. No, I didn't change. Like I was like, okay, I'm going. If I wanted to make you happy, I would just put you 9th.
supposed to,
I know.
propel me here.
I'm supposed to, and I'm sorry. As a non-biased co-host, I did what I did, but as a friend, I should have put you 9th. Sorry, I
everybody
won't
in
let
here
the
that's still
podcast
listening-
changed me.
Everybody in here that's still listening, and has listened to David's other crypto videos, I'm the one who showed him that stuff. All credit to me. Power rankings, crypto LB1, David 2.
Hey, I gotta let you use my Flow account, so we're even.
You definitely propelled with the crypto after I showed us the 2 coins that I still hold. Anyways.
Wait, so who the fuck is out of the points? Austin? I don't know, because I did Lamy, Austin. Oh, because I put you up there. Okay, no, I'm right. So then there's this 15th spot. So Beerline started off strong. I was like, he's the guy who was the non-qualifier. I said, you just got to put your head down and fucking stay out of trouble. He was doing that. Then he had some bad weeks. And now it's between him and Ducharme. You almost got to give the edge to Beerline because...
Over who?
Ducharme. Because... It's Ducharme. Does he have the mental fortitude to be able? I think he has the speed. Beerline was good, I think, at Knoxville, and that was really like the only time he showed top 10, 10 speed for sure, but maybe even top 15 speed. Where Tyler can rack off a top 10 at a Charlotte, at a Weed Sport, maybe even a Fairbury. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. As a friend, I'm gonna pick Tyler. As a non-biased podcast person who is betting, I'd probably say Beerline.
It would charm either way, probably. He's got speed. He's got nitro. He could run top 5, and even when he's not running top 5, he's still top 12.
One of them's gonna flub for sure. It's not gonna be 3 times they're gonna make the feature, and well, I mean maybe. I don't know. Would you fill out this 16th to 20th with anyone worth a fuck? Like, I would maybe probably maybe keep Carlin where he's at. Probably have Tilly where he's at. Yeah, move Brig and Shug up there, though. I'd probably even put Shug at 16. I'd put Shug in front of both of them. Fuck, I'd almost put Nah. I was going to say in front of Austin. Felix Roy. I'd put Felix in one of those spots too. So let's say shoot. And who else did I say?
Hey, just so you know
Carlin.
too, out of 7 races, I've been wrecked out of 2 of them, okay? I got wrecked at Volusia and I got wrecked at Bristol. and I'm still
Shit
only
happens.
at points,
Shit happens.
So,
It's racing.
you know.
Who did I
So
just say?
bump me up 2 spots.
Who the fuck did I just say?
Shoot.
Oh, I said Felix. I would put Shay in front of Felix. Shay has had good qualifying runs. I'd put Shay and then Felix after his performance here at Cedar Lake, which I don't even know where he finished. And then maybe 21st would be like Rylan. Then maybe.
Sorry. I did have to run a B. I had to run the B at Eldora, and I started 19th and got up to 10th. Okay, so you know what? Hard charger.
Oh, that's right. Because I was like, you're gonna fuck this up, and okay. There's our power rankings after week 6, week 8.
So with that being said, it's not too late to make changes. Williams Grove started 11th, ran 6th.
Everybody crashed. Everybody had 7 guys crashed in front of you.
We don't talk about Knoxville. Started 7th. Went to
Well, look at the predictions. I had you in like 12. So no, you're already doing better than I thought you were gonna do.
No,
So you're doing a good job.
Need to be way better. I'm just kidding. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
All right. Well, hopefully the championship gets decided this week.
No.
No. I think Weed Sport's gonna be a good race.
I have low expectations.
Why, dude? I'm gonna fight you. Like I ran a fix 410 official at Weed Sport because that's how fun Weed Sport is.
What? Okay. You want to talk about it now, or do you want to wrap this up?
Nah, we should probably wrap this up. Predictions for fouls or something. I don't know how to close this. How we used to close it.
I don't know. Predictions for fouls.
Leave a comment on what you guys thought, guys, and what your predictions will be. That's how you do it.
James is winning. James is winning. Alex gets wrecked.
Drama. I like it.
And
LB wins. Oh, you said you wins.
No, me.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck him, I wreck. Alright. Apparently I hit the numbers and shit, and I put the overlay on, which may or may not have been on over the screen for the last 20 minutes, which would be hilarious. We'll see when we edit this.
I quit. All rankings of podcasting. David, dead last.